a fantastic position after Lily has spoken, because I know all of you have been excited about the membership session. So I am here to introduce our membership expertise who are here from AARP. Many of you have been talking to me about your membership questions at the listening post last night. And then throughout the time that we've been here together at NRTA throughout the past years. So I just wanted to make mention and just thank my colleagues here. In the last couple of years, we have been working together to increase communication, especially throughout the pandemic. We have had a quarterly check-in where they have shared with us best practices that NRTA has been able to communicate out to you during our conference calls. So we have been able to give you like the timely updates as to what is working within AARP, and I just want to thank them for their collaboration thus far. And I also want to give them a shout out, because when we began planning for the 75th conference, Al and I were like realizing we really needed some information from our membership folks. And so they not only have very kindly offered to do this session, we have two of our experts here, Stephanie Miles, who is the Senior Vice President of Membership Lifecycle Management, who will be presenting. She will be joined for the Q&A by Sharon Kirk, the Vice President of Member Acquisition and Emerging Channels. In addition to this session that they very kindly put together, they will be joining the reception this evening along with two of their colleagues. So the purpose of their being at the reception is for you all to have one-on-one conversations with them with any membership questions that you have. How many of you have questions about membership that you would like answered by AARP's experts? Just a quick show of hands. Okay, thank you. So here are two of the faces who will be there to answer those questions this evening. They will be joined by Renee Rios, Vice President of Digital Membership Marketing, and Betsy Kirkland, who handles member benefits communication. So I just want to make mention of that, and I will turn the microphone over to Stephanie Miles, our Senior Vice President of Membership Lifecycle Management.
Thank you. Hi. Can you hear me? How about now? You're tall too. How about now? What do we do? Am I on now? Okay. Well, thank you all for wanting us to come spend time with you and for spending time with us. So I think you set us up very well, but just for some additional moments, she told you we will be at the reception tonight. We actually have my leadership team coming. We want you to ask us questions. And we'll learn from you as well. So in addition to Sharon, who'll be talking with me today and helping answer questions, she leads the acquisition as well as the innovation that you're going to want to talk to her about. Renee Rios will talk to you about digital marketing. That's growing. John Weinstein, he's the guy that got together all your treats you'll get later tonight from membership, and he's our Director of Operations. See Alex Fiskin, and when we talk about digital engagement, Alex is who you want to talk to. You'll see Betsy Kirkland, and she's Member Benefit Communications. All of those pieces working together make member lifecycle management. So membership working alone, we don't do that. We have changed how we're looking at membership so that it is not a join and renew operation. It is a lifecycle approach. And that's a very different approach and experience for our members as well as our team. And we're still learning it, working it, and changing and growing every single day. We had our leadership meeting this morning, and we probably changed 3 things between 11 and 12. So I have a bit of a presentation, but know that it can be a conversation. We do have to leave to join the E-team, who wants to hear deeply about our membership plans for next year, and preparing for an all-day meeting with our board. So if we don't get your questions answered here, we're available tonight, and we look forward to really getting to know you as well. So I'll go through some of what we're talking about. If you're like, I just can't hold this question, I'll take it. But I don't have all the answers, but we've got some of them, and we'll tell you what we're thinking about. And then Sharon has done this business for 15 years. I have not seen anyone more innovative in her approach to membership than Sharon, so you probably have a lot of questions for her. And what we agreed to before the meeting is we'll collect them. We won't get them all answered today and tonight, but we will work on collecting them and understanding the big themes where information might be useful following this event. So, thank you for letting me join your 75th. We're glad to be here, and let's talk about some stuff. Can we do the next slide? I'm not sure how this is working. Is someone advancing them? Okay, we can go one more. All right, so this is the run-through of today. We're gonna work through this. I won't spend time on the agenda, but no, it's the start of a conversation, not the finish of one, and we'll keep going. Oh, a clicker. Now I will go backwards. All right, well, I'll get ready for what happens next with this clicker. Okay. Where do I aim it to get it to, aha! So when we were talking about this meeting, it was trying to understand where you all were starting, where we might be similar, and what might be valuable. So thank you to Michigan, Maryland, and Montana. Thank you for spending time with me so I knew what your questions might be. And also it gave us time to reflect where our memberships are very similar. So yes, we're majority 50 plus and majority retired. And you can go down this list, and the topics that matter are the topics that matter. They aren't a surprise to you. I got to look at some of the newsletters, and they're important to AARP. There is a great synergy. And I looked at what you all do, and it varies by state, just like we do. Advocacy, benefits, information, communication, that's all important. And then we start to do things that are similar, right? We have to break through crowded spaces. We have to communicate information that matters and channels that matter to people who are busy. And we have to break through a lot in a very affordable way to many. And that is a unique challenge in some ways, and it is the common challenge in other ways. So when the 3 state directors spent time, it was how can we do some of these things without the AARP budget behind us? And I'll tell you, even with the AARP budget, when you're trying to reach 35, 36, 37 million people, we're working on a tight budget too. And it's amount and scale, but it's the same challenge. How do I become top of mind and have an everyday relationship that matters to you, our member? Because our objective is to serve our members and to serve them well. So we have to learn a lot about them. So this is kind of setting up our similarities, the challenges we share, the things we're thinking about, and kind of how your team members helped us prepare to talk with you. And if I don't hit a topic that matters, we can. I just might not cover everything in our time together. I'm trying the clicker again. My slides all changed colors. This is blue. But we'll go with gold. I don't know. But one of the things we kind of do to set up the story is, what are some of the numbers and what do they tell us, right? Because we are all driven by data, and it helps you frame where you want to be. So I put some on here, and we won't talk about all of them. We're at 35 million members and plus right now. The 29% is the demand for AARP. So we have research and we have data, and they tell us that in the people 50 plus, demand for AARP is 29%. Our membership is 30%. That tells you we are outpacing demand, which is hard to do. And you have to change the value prop you're projecting and the reason to stay. That is where demand grows. So we are looking at that. We are 55% women. Our average age has gone now over 70 to 70.4. We have 5.2 million accounts on auto renew. That is awesome. That is about 30%. Only about 30% of our members have one trackable engagement. Only 6% more have two. So you can have value, you can communicate value, but you gotta do it so it will be used to retain people. There are other numbers on here, like the small amount of 14% who are in the 50 to 59 age group, the 33% that are in the 60 to 69, and the majority that are over 70. So some of your questions were about those younger members. We'll talk about it. So these are numbers. Yours probably relatively act like this to the way your businesses operate to some degree. Let's see what color we get on the next slide. You want pink? I want pink. Ooh, we're going to, no, this was blue too. So I crafted this slide to say, hey, we have a lot of channels under management. Sharon manages 5 of them. But we also have other ways that are our channels, so paid, owned, shared, earned media. And we spend a lot of time managing our channels so that we can get the maximum amount of orders for available dollar. Although in January, Sharon and her team did maximum amount of orders for available envelope because of supply chain challenges. So that was a different reforecast, but they did it and it worked. Thank you. So not only do we have to manage the channels in which we operate, but we have to work across the enterprise and with external organizations as well. So across the enterprise is a growing muscle. Is membership in the considerations of the biggest decisions every day? That is a growing muscle for AARP. Sharon is doing some work with third parties. How do we get others? How do we work through and with others to drive more orders in a distributed environment, meeting members where they are?